welcome everyone to the Sicarii after party.
Oh,
And, so far, in here with us, as you saw from the end of the last show, we've got Thomas in here with us, of course, who is the Sicarii, and my producer extraordinaire, Mr. Mikey Famine. In it, is that what's with the in it thing? What's
Mikey Famine in it because we were making fun of British people.
Oh, okay.
Well, Wayne more specifically, because Wayne hates in it.
Speaking of British people,
oh, do tell.
Welcome, Sam, who we saw briefly with some new hairstyle by the look of things.
Hello. I should be 1 minute. I have misplaced my headset.
Oh, okay.
It's not on your head. Scratch that off the list. Just you can clear that one. It's a
hello, Sam.
I don't know if they can hear
Hello,
you.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
There we go. Fixed it.
Oh,
So it has comfy blanket.
Oh, okay, cool. Is that your Christmas hair, Sam?
It's braided. 1 minute. I will try and pull up a picture of it.
all right.
Okay,
From the back.
that'd be kind of cool.
Also, it has sword.
You have a sword. Okay, all right. We'll try to behave. Nobody wants to get
At least you came prepared.
Yeah.
Fine. I won't tell all my jokes then. You didn't have to bring weapons into this. 'Cause I don't know why that was necessary.
It's funny. I was in Aaron's New Year's stream, and he was pulling out like the great big ass knife and the sword and stuff like that. Yeah, which was hilarious, man. He was pretty fucking drunk. He sent me a message afterwards. Because I sent him a message on Twitter like, dude, that was awesome. Thanks for letting me in there. And he sent me a message, and I think it was English, but I would say it was more drunkenese because he had like some repeat phrases in there a couple of times. It's kind of funny.
Maybe his keyboard was malfunctioning. I mean, that would have nothing to do with his level of intoxication. Just that, these phones, they're computers. They're not perfect.
And he's got big fingers like me, right? So it's kind of tough to type in these suckers sometimes.
Perhaps there was an earthquake, and it was just shaking violently.
He goes. I'm so. He starts out with, "I'm so sucking lit, so fucking lit." Right now, I'm ready to shoot off right into Neverland. Like, what? Is that even English?
Okay, then.
That sounds like a good conversation starter.
Yeah. We had actually had a lot of fun on his stream for New Year's. But the funny thing is it's now private. Like if you went to the link that I shared when I went on to his stream, you tap it, it'll go, this is now private. I don't know why he decided to make it private. I think it might be because of one of the people that was in the chat. And go figure, Mikey was another Norwegian.
I can't stand Norwegians, man, especially ones who have like KJs in their name. And they pronounce it sh. No, it's not even sh. It's like a back of the throat sh. I was like, okay, that's not a letter, first of all. You just made that. You can't have a in your name. Like, get out of here.
I forgot to ask you, Thomas, during the interview, what do you miss about it? What do you miss about being a pastor?
That's a good question. I guess some of the relationships I think I miss. I think the most that in general people tend to come down to they miss the most tend to center around relationships, and there are aspects of that I miss a lot. Ooh, I do love the back of that hair.
That's
Sam.
Cool.
That is very cool.
Well, thank you.
You love it. But yeah, I think I miss some of the relationships there. And there's also an aspect. So like I still have a good, even though my parents are very very Christian and very conservative as well. So we differ politically as well. But I still have a good relationship. With my family. But I know that my mom struggles with me being an atheist because my mom still has this perception of I want all my kids to be together in heaven, and Thomas may not be there. So but she doesn't. What's really neat is she doesn't really impose that. She'll share that many times. She doesn't really impose that on me, which I think is really says a lot about her. But I do know that she struggles with that, and I don't like that. So I think sometimes those are some of the things that I miss, that I don't do that. But most of the rest of the stuff, to be honest with you, just about every aspect of life is better when you kind of take the chains off and you don't have the extra baggage that seems to limit your ability to actually choose the type of way that you want to live your life, the type of goals you want to pursue, the type of relationships you want to have. When you remove that and have sort of the freedom to do that because you're not arbitrarily bound by some sort of belief structure, you can really you can really design your life to be the type of life that makes you happy. And I like having a life like that I don't think I could have had otherwise.
What is that even?
Texas poetry was Aaron's text.
Oh, Texas poetry. Yeah, it sounded very Texas Dr. Seuss is what it sounded like. You're all cute, all bundled up in your blankie.
This was a Christmas present from my best friend, and I'm feeling rather dysphoric, and it's very fluffy, so this is good.
I got a fluffy blanket from my sister, actually. It's supposed to look like wolf fur, I guess, or something.
Oh, that would be terrifying. All I need is to roll over in the middle of the night. There's like a thunderstorm, and I'm just like, oh God.
Particularly that's called the head on it. That would be
Yeah, that's when it
like some sort of Viking armor, just like with the wolf head right on top.
It looks
when
like
he said it, I'm thinking like Game of Thrones, like
Jon Snow.
This is totally a Jon Snow thing.
Yeah, like Jon Snow's playing it. But now you're like shaping it. Now I'm thinking like the nothing like that fell over the never-ending story. The snarling wolf head right here.
I'm gonna need you to not trigger me so specifically. The nothing was that was the scariest thing at like age 5 or 6. Hey man, did you see that movie Never Ending Story?
Yeah.
Did you see the nothing?
Now we're blanket twins now.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, it's too fucking hot.
Dare you leave me out of this?
Where I am outside, it is -2 Celsius.
Oh, jeez.
No,
that's
I
not
find
too
that
bad.
unacceptable.
No, it is. In reality, it's not that cold. I'd still go outside without a coat on.
I'm gonna say you're lying because I would freeze to death. That's called that frigid tundra of the north like that. That's when people are like, you just adjust to it. You know, you get used to it. You get used to the cold. I think that's nerve damage.
No.
That's pretty much
Nerve
I know too cold.
You know what, Thomas? I'll give you your 2 points, but you need to stop disrespecting us above the Mason-Dixon. Just because your favorite temperature is armpit in the middle of July.
I am from England, so I am used to cold and damp.
Yes.
It's cold and damp here too right now. It was really windy earlier, but that's kind of a good thing because it blew all the clouds out of the way. So right now it's really just a little bit windy and cold. It's no longer raining.
We've had a bit of powder snow today.
Oh wow.
Which is not nice.
Doing a little bit of powder snow. Okay, a little powder snow. All right. I'll see. Party
little powder snow.
Oh no! I will be having the smoke equivalent of some gummies later, though.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Speaking of gummies,
there we go.
I think it might be time for some gummies.
Hey, he done re-upped.
Yeah. My buddy came through. I've got root beer flavored ones, man. Root beer flavored ones.
Nice.
Nom, nom, nom. 'Nom. Nom, nom, nom. 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 Cannabis absinthe. Ooh. Nice.
There we go.
My friends keep telling me it looks like poison in this bottle because it's green as well. And like you can't see it in this light, but it's a bright green.
You should.
Some people may tell you that it is.
Skull and Crossbones bottle. That would be epic.
That would be pretty cool. So I really like the witchy aesthetic of this bottle, but then again, I am a witch, so
that's it. That is a good aesthetic.
So you said 2 degrees or negative 2 degrees Celsius?
Minus 2
negative 2 degrees Celsius.
Okay, I did it backwards. Hold on.
Yeah, it's below freezing. That's all
Are you converting that? Are you converting that to weird people numbers?
28. It was 28 yesterday. That was a warm day. That's the warm winter day. Is 28.
Like I said, it is not cold enough to not put a coat on, but it's cold enough that I'm not gonna like overheat or wear a blanket.
So Thomas, you're in Alabama. You're from Alabama. You're a Southern boy, born and raised.
No, I am originally from Arizona. I live in Florida. I'm visiting.
Oh my goodness! Oh, you have no idea the concept of cold.
Yeah,
I've
never been cold. I think this is my point.
I'm gonna have to be careful I don't accidentally like give myself a stroke or some shit next year because I'm going to Texas in the summer, and I like to wear black.
Me too. So we'll just huddle under a tree together somewhere, Sam.
Oh yeah, at Facebook forum, I'm sure we can find somewhere that has aircon.
Yeah,
Everywhere there has it.
Yeah.
So this is a real hard hitting question here, Thomas. Have you ever made a snow angel?
I have. So here's how I do
Where?
snow. So here's how I do snow in Arizona. So Phoenix, which is where I grew up, it's a valley, so it's the desert there, right? But it's the reason it's desert is because it's surrounded by mountains. So you can actually drive 2 hours. You can be here in the desert and then drive 2-3 hours up north from there, still be in Arizona and be in the ski resorts. Drive a little bit further north, you're at like the Grand Canyon, right? So you can still get snow. But and this is how I do snow. You drive 2 hours north, you play in the snow for 2 hours, then you're like, this is too cold. Fuck this. And then you drive back down and you're back to the desert. That's how I do cold.
See, Americans talking about distances is always weird to me because I can drive 4 hours and be like in London, and I live up north, and I can drive an hour in either direction, east or west, and be at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you live on a tiny little formerly European island.
Formerly European.
Well, still European, and technically I don't think we've actually properly left the EU yet because shenanigans.
Don't worry. They'll give you guys another vote, and you're like, all right, we're off Earth now. It's like, God, British people, calm down. Stop giving them ballots with bad choices on them.
Don't give Bojo ideas.
Britain is now officially a colony on the moon.
Right. We are the Moonanites.
That'd go well.
So,
well, according to the Marvel universe, there's a blue zone on the moon that actually has oxygen in it. So you just got to find that.
But you can't see it.
I mean, there is possibly a small part of the moon with oxygen in it, but that's because there's weird glass domes that gaseous makeup appears to be similar-ish to Earth, but we don't really know what's in there. So maybe there's oxygen.
No.
I will not be the first one to test that.
I was going to say.
No, and it wouldn't be sufficient oxygen for us. I'm just suggesting there may be traces of oxygen.
I'll go second.
So straw.
Yeah, we'd still be fucked.
Yeah.
I just noticed, Mikey, the 604 are bust. Like, I literally just noticed that. I saw the 604 and I was thinking, oh, Neil, the 604 Atheist is all he's got screaming against that. But a 604 are bust. Well, of course, 604 is the area code where I live, right? So, which is why I chose the moniker, the 604 Atheist, because it basically says Vancouver Atheist.
I think that there was just 603 other Neil the Atheist, and this is where he was the 604th one of them.
Yeah. It's got like a barcode with 604. Right?
You ever been to Filey Beach, Sam? Or Philly Beach, or however the hell you pronounce it?
Trying to think where that is location-wise.
Oh shit, Flow State.
I've been near there. I don't know if I've been to that specific beach. That is east of me. That is east and a little bit down, I think, because I'm Manchester-ish.
So let me.
Right.
Mike makes a really valid point.
Tons of mice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't get rice broccoli.
This is
Rice broccoli is
I
that
imagine-
shit.
I imagine that shops are scarce on the moon.
Oh my god! I have to bring all my stuff with me. He's like, "What's the second rocket for?" Rum.
To travel?
That second ship, that
To the
second
moon?
shuttle is all rum. Just
Why is the rum gone?
well, why is the rum gone? So I'm gonna trigger Sam and Thomas here. 2 years ago, that whole polar vortex nonsense
Oh yeah.
that came through the Midwest. My car wouldn't start because it was negative 52 degrees.
Okay.
Is that in normal people numbers or your numbers?
For your numbers, it's negative 46 degrees.
That's
I'm
we got negative 40 here too.
What your argument is for living in the Midwest again? I'm not following your.
They won't let us leave. They won't let us leave. Like it's like they're now
off all our eggs.
The coldest I've ever had is minus 16 Celsius.
There's an
Give me a
ice
minute
wall.
while I work out what the fuck that is in.
Ice wall, right? That's exactly what I was gonna say. You
bunch
need,
of
you need dragons, Mike.
What?
You need dragons.
it's a bunch of wildlings up from Wisconsin that are probably going to invade us at any moment.
Yes.
Bunch
Yeah.
of cheesehead wildlings.
Yeah, we need to send some people up for the night watch.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
exactly.
Fahrenheit. What the fuck? So the coldest I've ever experienced is 3.2 Fahrenheit, which is negative 16 Celsius.
3.2 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's about right.
That's cold.
And I don't. That's weird.
Yeah, wouldn't negative 52 Fahrenheit like that? Wouldn't that even be more in Celsius?
So negative 52. Let me find out for you. It is minus 46 and 2/3.
Yeah, there's like a weird kind of like the
Switch. Like
where they can. I can't
Yeah,
remember what the
where
temperature
there's
is.
there's a massive jump, and I don't know where the temperature is. I can probably work it out quite quickly, but let's find out.
Okay, Randy, the harmonica man, joining us.
There he is.
Nice.
What's happening, Randy?
Heidi ho, everyone. Hey, Thomas. How's it going tonight?
It is going well tonight.
Just in case anybody knows, this right here, and Thomas knows too, it's from doing too many U-turns under the bed sheets.
I would tell people with a solar panel for a sex machine.
All right, they get points for this stuff.
Yep, I'm on it. Oh, and
That's why it's
You know,
always
a lot of,
you know.
I hear,
Speaking of-
we don't like bald guys. And it's like, well, you know what? When I'm down there doing that, we're not going to catch on fire.
Okay, come on, Randy. I've never had that problem.
Okay, so Mikey, I have an answer to you to your question as to what the tipping point is for Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It is minus 17.7 recurring Celsius.
And then it's the same for Fahrenheit.
And then it's Fahrenheit being 0.
Oh, okay, so that's 0. Well, there's
Yeah, so
there's a spot. I'll have to find it, but there's a spot where Fahrenheit, Celsius, and everything kind of coalesces at one thing because they kind of all shoot off right up
for
the
Kelvin.
Yeah, but there's a spot where let me see.
Yeah,
Or
because
I had a device.
that negative 52 and negative 46, that's only 6 points different, whereas
Right.
0 and 32, that's a much larger spread.
Yeah.
At what Temperature. Does water freeze? Really? That's a thing on here?
Does water freeze? Did somebody actually ask that?
That's a blog, SmithsonianMag.com question. At what temperature does water freeze? And the answer is obvious. It depends on your elevation. Duh. Fools.
And the salt content.
There you go.
Yes. Saline content matters. And yeah, I mean, water can freeze, from 0 onward?
-40 Celsius. -40 Celsius and -40 Fahrenheit are the same thing.
Yeah, I've just got that answer as well when I've looked at that.
Chemistry was the only class I tried to pay attention in.
Why is that? Why that?
didn't.
Why chemistry? I liked chemistry, but
I thought you said temperature. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a class. Never mind. Chemistry, yeah, and I paid attention to chemistry too, which is why I'm doing what I do now.
I skipped temperature class.
Yeah. Oh,
I wasn't hot for
chemistry
it.
was always
Proud of that one.
See, I found that when I was in high school, chemistry was like the easy class, which most people didn't find because I got like an A star without revising at all for my exams.
That was
Easy class?
That was physics for me.
Yeah.
Physics was like, I was like, oh, this makes so much sense.
Physics and chemistry I didn't revise for, and I got A stars in both of them.
Yeah, that was I enjoyed physics because it was all
It was
math.
physics for me, but I couldn't count to 21 if I had my pants down.
See, I like
Physicsal?
the thing is, I studied for biology and still only got an A and not an A star. So,
An A star, really?
He's making stuff up over there.
yeah, because we have a grade above A
in Britain.
Yeah.
So we have A star is the highest, then A, and then down to F, and then there's U, which is ungraded.
Do they have an A star? Do they have like here we have A plus, we have A minus. They have like a star, and then they have like a moon. What is the lower part of that?
So there is A star, and then there is
That's only on the highway.
minus within schools. There's technically plus and minus within schools, but
Okay. So A star is almost like a whole other grade thing above A. It's not like an A plus.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
next
pretty
grade.
much. But when they account for grades for your final grades, they don't actually give you plus or minus. It's just A or A star or B or whatever.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Muy interesante.
That's pretty impressive, tons of mice.
That's very cool.
I never won any physics awards.
Oh yeah,
I did,
I learned my chemistry out behind the barn.
On sports day, I did get the participation pin. Does that count?
I remember field day because that was always like the time where everybody got to get together and we just fucking played outside all day. And I was like, this is how school should be. I like this.
Dude, did you have the earth ball at your field day? Did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Earth ball? What the fuck is earth ball?
Do you know what I'm talking about, Mikey?
Yes, very big. So I remember there being an earth ball event.
Question: is field day a bit of a thing where they like have students do like compete in whatever?
It's like the school Olympics.
Okay, so yes, that we had something similar at sport day where different form groups would compete against each other, and I wouldn't pay attention. I'd sit there playing either poker, Go Fish, or Pokemon, depending.
Go Fish.
We didn't have Pokemon teams in our field day.
See,
not in my time.
We weren't supposed to be playing it, but the teachers let us because
it's activity, right? It's a form of exercise.
Well, we were supposed to be watching, but
we're gonna pop quiz you. What was Billy's time in the 40-meter dash? I don't know, man. Pikachu. I'm busy.
Right, you.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of a duel right now?
No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, battle.
No,
A battle.
I managed to volunteer myself out of all of the sports for my phone group by volunteering to do all of the religious shit every week.
You offer to do all the religious stuff every week?
Yeah, because I went to a church school.
Gotcha.
In the UK,
And
pretty
that
much
was
every
more-
school is a
that was
church
better
school.
for you than playing games.
Well, yeah, because I was shitty at sports and had asthma and came last in everything.
Yeah, I was pretty shitty at sports too. I always try to do the high jump, and I could never do it like correctly. So I would always do the I'm gonna like dive over like this. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even now, I
I
don't
did a
really
lot of
do
broad jumping,
sports.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That still behind the barn.
He also behind the barn.
Yeah,
Right.
It's just chemistry.
Over the barn.
Yeah.
What my tool shed.
All right. I got the chat back open. So how many points should I give Tons of Mice because I'm just now getting the chat back open?
Oh, let's see. Let me scroll back here.
I'm not giving Russ. Actually, let me take some points away from Russ. Okay, what you said.
Russ only has one S, by the way.
Got 2 now, and he's got negative 50 points. So you dig yourself out of this one.
Ooh,
Russ.
Irish Swede burned that one. Did you see Irish's?
What was that one, Mikey? Get rice broccoli on the moon.
Yeah.
Yes, we were talking about the moon.
Dude, rice broccoli, it is in your
Everybody
frozen
knows
food
it's made of
section.
cheese. Come on.
Oh, rice broccoli with cheese on there? Oh, shit. Taking this thing to a whole new level.
I have no idea what this is.
What is, sorry?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that was an early reference to Sam's sword.
Oh, the sword, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sword.
Kind of looking back. Oh, and of course
Also
the
has-
Texas poetry one, which was
Yeah.
And Nerf gun, because why not?
Oh,
Irish
shit.
Swede comment here I loved. Irish Swede said, so you won the physics award in a town with fewer teeth than hits by stormtrooper blaster fire.
What's up, IQ?
Bastard.
What
Ah.
how everybody doing?
What up, man?
Alright.
I
Hey,
miss you, dog.
Really good.
So, IQ, now that you have completely corrupted my brain with your story about homegirl at the gas station bathroom,
That bitch was nasty.
every time I see somebody without a mask on, just that nasty. It's just echoing somewhere distant in my ear. I was like, is he?
Fix your
is IQ
motherfucking mask. Oh, that shit was
Yeah.
gold.
What was her name, IQ? I probably know her.
Uh, her name was
LaFonda.
bitch.
Remains nameless.
Because that's all that this
Yo.
guy said to her and called her was bitch. Now we can have a discussion later on about the politeness and how wrong it is to refer to females as bitches. That's a completely different story, but you have to take this in context of culture with what he was saying, and the bitch was nasty.
That's what him said.
Oh,
That's what he said.
You was
This
quoting him.
bitch is
That's
nasty.
No one said that these were the views and opinions voiced by IQ personally, but these are just quotations from a certain very cranky gentleman who
I'm
had
just
had
telling the
enough.
story like it is, and I mean that shit was tear jerking, man. It was hilarious.
Russ has
now I've
negative
had some
50
nasty,
already.
funny bitches myself. Blues man.
Blues man, yeah, I can see that. Frustrated Aces was wondering, he put Texas poetry with a question mark after it. When I was on R and Ra's New Year's stream the other night, Russ, afterwards I messaged him on Twitter and said thank you, and he messaged me back this incoherent, drunken response that was like he repeated stuff, and so everyone was saying it's called Texas poetry. So
Coined by
That's what it
one
was.
ton of mice.
yeah,
Sounds legit.
yeah.
If I didn't know that story and you told me that was Texas poetry, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like I would just have to go with it. Like, oh, okay, they do that in Texas. They do all kinds of weird shit down there. I don't know. They probably
That's
drink
nothing.
rattlesnakes.
I just caught my
Do that.
just caught my cousin Willie. He's a damn dyslexic pimp, and because he just bought a warehouse.
Yeah, it doesn't even really make any sense.
Like,
Oh, it does. Oh, it does. It's like
No.
It's-
It's the message from our.
It's pimping. It don't need to make sense as long as it makes dollars, baby.
Oh God! No.
Damn it, IQ.
I swear my existence is
appropriate business model.
But you want to hear what it said? It starts out so funny. When I first read this, I was like, "Wait, what?" Oh, geez.
Go ahead.
I'm so sucking lit, so fucking lit. Right now, I'm ready to shoot off right into member Never Neverland. So there you go.
Oh, you don't get that, man? I get it. I understand that because I'm cool too. All the cool kids know.
Arn was pretty fucking drunk, so that's probably a very, very big case of
that'd do it.
fat fingers when he was punching. He probably hit some of the suggested phrases up there. So that's probably
I can translate that for you.
Okay. You just write it for me.
Yeah, just hit the middle word every time. There you go. I know what it meant. IQ, just FYI.
When I'm
going to bed.
Yeah.
Said I'm about to grab him by the biscuits.
IQ, change your picture right now.
When I'm particularly high, I start typing with my accent, and it confuses a lot of my American and Canadian friends.
How do you type with an accent?
Because I type the words the way I say them.
Italics.
Oh, I got you. Like
Are you
throwing the R
left-handed?
on the end of words and stuff like that. Like what's a good one?
In it.
Banana. Like banana with an R on the end of it.
Well, that and where I normally type going, I'll put gonna and whatever, which is fine, except so that you guys all understand me, I Americanize my accent.
What? Come on. All right, all right, say something with your normal everyday accent that you're not trying to Americanize or Canadianize or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite as bad. I kind of swap into this, and it because I talk faster in my natural accent. It kind of why have I got a bit of Scottish in here today? Well, okay.
Suddenly you're Sean Connery.
Oh God! I kind of talk like this. I talk like this, and people cannot understand a bloody word. And the thing is that when I talk like this, also, like slang words often come up. So I will just sort of go, "Hey up, Chuck," or whatever at the start of a conversation, and that confuses the fuck out of people.
Okay, all right. At least I know some British slang. So
Yeah, I saw that.
It's only because we're used to sharp consonants in English here in America. See, with that accent, all the sharp consonants are they just cut them right off, and we're used to hearing them. So you just imagine they're not there.
I just sort of
get it.
A lot of people, when I'm like particularly tired, if I'm talking to them and they're American, they just won't understand a word I'm saying when I talk like this.
Well, I get it. But
Well,
in
thank
Canada,
you for rednecking it up for us.
Yeah, in Canada, we're a lot more exposed to British stuff than the Americans, I would think.
Fair.
We're still
I feel like
part of the Commonwealth.
You guys entirely. So I mean,
yeah, I feel like a lot of Americans think that there's like 2 or 3 British accents.
It's like
And-
40.
Way more.
Well,
There's-
Neil,
there's
you
a
live in
distinct-
British fucking Columbia. I mean,
The
I
thing
would
is
hope
that
you're
there's-
exposed to British shit.
In
that's just false
the UK,
advertising.
there's a distinct accent every 10 miles, and there's a distinct accent a foreigner can recognize every 25 miles.
It's true.
Wow, that's a lot.
Y'all the size of Illinois with like 37 accents. We got Chicago and Bumpkin. That's all we got in Illinois. Once we get 50 miles outside the city, that's it. Everybody's got a pair of big overalls. Da Bears. Yeah, the Bears.
Da Bears.
So yeah,
Da Blackhawks.
Da Bolts. Everybody loves the Bolts.
I just
Hey, pass me another one of the Polish sausages over here.
Oh my God, this lady came in. This lady came in today. She had like 4 of like the kielbasa sausages, some kraut, some of the frozen Italian beef stuff, a big bottle of Jardiniere. I'm like, and then like 6 of those like
I'm hungry.
like 6 of those like big baguettes. I'm like, oh, you trying to go Chicago? You trying to go straight to the South Side, Comiskey side? Okay, I see you. What time you? What time is I going to be ready exactly? Like,
Here's my number. Text me.
Oh my God, sweet! You can have your points, but don't you ever say that again, you big jerk! Oh, that's so disrespectful. The worst thing you can say to anybody from the Midwest is call them, aside from saying they're from Nebraska, is saying that they're from Indiana. Viper still's got a sting. Hey, Michael Jackson was from Gary, Indiana, and he did all right.
He did all right.
Did we get did you get the coin one there, Mikey? No, you didn't get the coin one, did you? Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing it.
See how he got rid of my coin to say that I didn't do it? The button's already pressed, and then he that's like so in like one of the little group chats on Twitter, Irish Swede, who just roasted me for no apparent reason, was having a charity stream, which went very well. Thanks for everybody who supported that. But they were like, oh yeah, and maybe we'll get like the Neil's crew to do like play a big game of Among Us. And Neil pops in, when the fuck did I agree to play an Among Us? I'm like, and everybody's like, not you, your friends. He's like, oh, my bad. Just casually kind of
I read that. I'm like, I don't fucking remember agreeing to play Among Us. What the hell is this crap?
You guys
are highly sus.
He hadn't said shit in that group chat for like 2 weeks, and then he thought we volunteered him to play Among Us. Like, now hold on a minute. You rat bastards. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So yeah, join us tomorrow night on Neil's channel so we can all play Among Us.
Without me, apparently.
Oh wait, let me look at the thing. Hey, who's got multiple accounts? Neil is like 9 people away from 2K. Let's do this.
Oh, am I 9? Is it 9 now? Cool.
Ooh.
I put it up there.
I'm already subbed twice. I mean, I got no more to give.
No, I'm 8 away now. According to
I only had the one. Sorry.
From when I used
the dashboard
post videos. I'm
in 1992, which was probably the best Lollapalooza I ever went to.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed twice, so
right.
Rookies.
All right.
Irish Sweet says IQ looking like he in a Burger King bathroom. That's good. Sweet is out here fucking swinging for the fences. I appreciate it. I don't like you calling me from Indiana, but that's cool.
I swear, I swear my life is a living contradiction because while I've been sat here, I've been looking at a message I received from one of my partners, and it's about one of their YouTube videos they're doing about witchcraft. It's
one of my parts. Quit bragging, Sam. All right, some of us don't even have any.
Sam taking all of them.
Yeah, one of my partners.
Yeah, and these good people, and I'm very happy to be in a relationship with them.
That's good. That's good. It's always good when you are happy. I've been in some where I was not happy.
You know why witches don't wear underwear, right?
Here we go.
It's to get a better grip on the broom handle.
I can't do that.
How many points are you giving him for that one, Mikey? I'm very curious.
Out, man. Look,
Yeah, probably
Neil,
zero.
He'll tell you when he's done processing that one.
God. Kind of the when I mentioned it,
I'm just looking at your rating system on this one. I'm very curious. You carry on.
I don't even know where to go with that one.
I don't think we should go anywhere, Neil. I don't know that that's in our best interest. Perhaps
Well, because drones travel pretty fast. You need a better grip. I mean, you really do.
Yeah, I personally prefer teleportation.
I don't know who you're hanging out with, Randy, but typically that does not increase the friction. Like, I'm not real sure what your experience is, but that will give you a better grip. That usually.
It almost sounds like the kind of broomstick that should have a little 25-cent fucking point slot in it for
Well, these are not broomsticks, not broomsticks.
Like they're coming in for a landing. All you can hear is and linseed oil dripping.
Okay. All right.
We found the line, everybody.
Anywho.
We found the line.
All right.
Anybody was wondering where it was?
There it is.
Well, that was a hard stop. Damn.
That's not right, Mikey. That's wrong.
This is Social Blade. It's the most up to date.
It's because my dashboard on my my what do you call it? Studio says I'm in 1992.
Well, somebody subscribe and let me know. You see how I did that?
Sneaky.
All right, 10 people subscribe and then prove me
You
wrong.
got me, Mice. I see you.
Oh shit! Let me get over here. Those mice misbehaving as usual. Oh, maybe.
I've got a Shock G avatar, and you look like you're in 1992.
1992. What was that like?
You know what, Sam? I'm about sick of you.
It was colorful, baggy, and most songs started with "Woo."
I kind of want to listen to the Humpty Dance now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I heard it earlier, so I'm like, you know what? I've got to, I'm just gonna do this.
It's gotta happen.
It's gotta happen.
This is where we're at right now.
I went to the Lollapalooza.
Put this on. I'm gonna tell Mikey to grab him by the biscuits, and then it's just gonna be all downhill from there.
I went to all the Lollapalooza concerts back in the day, like the first one on where they had Body Count with Ice-T and Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that for the first round, Jane's Addiction. And then, of course, but I had to go down to the States for that one because they didn't have it up here. It didn't come up here. But the following year they did with Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and Ice Cube. And right?
That's
and yeah. That was the best one. And I still have the poster, the original paper bag poster, like the brown paper lunch bag style with all the red and black writing on it. I've got it in here somewhere. And I looked it up the other day and it's worth a lot of fucking money.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
the poster is cool, but no, we found something that Neil doesn't have within arm's reach.
Yeah, no, it's
Holy
historic.
shit.
I don't have no posters in here, so
it's shocking.
And I have a lot of posters. So I just when I moved in, my room was like,
hey,
I don't
Neil,
want to put
is this your new
wall.
studio that you're in?
No.
Yeah. By the way, Thomas, because
It's my
I don't know
bedroom.
that it would have made as much sense to you, but besides being the resident pagan, I was born in 2002, so 10 years after 92, a full decade after.
Well, I figured that you were post 92 when you made your comment. That's why
When you made fun of us.
Abram was born in 92.
Oh,
I think atheism,
so
particularly.
you were born after music.
Pretty much.
In a
Most of
post-music
my
society.
most of my tastes are from the 70s.
Cool.
I'll be honest.
I'll pair up some 80s stuff. After that, it starts. There's some stuff that's still good, but after that, I definitely find my main crux in 80s.
For me, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s were the big years for me.
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of do between
Yep.
70s and 90s, but I've this week has been a lot of 70s, which I only realized when I looked at them. I was kind of like, oh, all of the music that I'm listening to is from the 70s. Cool.
Well, like who are you listening to, Sam?
I'd have to go back and look. I kind of just let my music play and don't check.
Okay. We're not talking like
That's
the
pretty
Carpenters.
interesting to know from a younger person. You know, it'd be
I
interesting
think
to
my
know
dad was-
what you found out, what your tastes are.
My dad was a sound tech for however many years, so I picked up a lot of his tastes.
Very cool. Very cool.
But like
No,
he did
Rory,
shit
not
with
ABBA.
like Billy Joel and Fleetwood Mac and various people.
Ooh.
So,
Great bands. Billy Joel's amazing, and Fleetwood Mac is amazing.
yeah.
People in their 70s taste terrible. Sorry, I just read Mike's comment that popped up in response to liking.
It's hard to keep a conversation going with tons of mice in the chat. Just a legend.
Okay, now I don't know
I
why
can see
you
why.
say this. Like, how could you say this? A lot of groundbreaking music came out in the 80s. An entirely new genre of music came out in the 80s called New Wave.
Yep.
Right? The 70s saw the punk era.
Yeah, metal came out in the 80s.
No, fuck no, dude. Metal came
Then
out in
it
the
turned to
60s.
glam.
Metal came out in the 60s?
Yeah, dude, with Sabbath and Zeppelin and shit like that. Well, Sabbath anyways, and Rainbow.
That's something that's really
Yeah.
weird to me, because being born in the 80s, I never thought of Sabbath as metal. They were always like
Classic
heavier
rock.
classic
They're
rock.
literally called the grandfathers of metal.
I know, but it just doesn't sound
The
metal
first heavy metal
because
song
it's so pre-metal,
was,
you know,
I
pre-modern.
mean, do you
metal.
think Elvis is like rock and roll? I mean, what we consider to be rock nowadays. That's
Yeah.
It's like oldies, almost like it's
well, the
kind of hard to
term heavy
categorize.
metal
But I mean,
comes from
that was
Born to
like
Be Wild.
rock and roll.
The term heavy metal was around before Born to Be Wild, already. It was coined by a British magazine writer.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
that's what I heard on some documentary. Said it was like the first heavy metal song. So
That
I
used
don't know
the
how
word
true
heavy
that
metal,
is, but
I can't remember the guy's
yeah,
name.
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to look it up.
My sort of for me, my introduction to metal really was Metallica and Megadeth.
Right, like that was metal to me.
Mhm.
So Black Sabbath just
There you
sounded
go.
like
And that was the 80s. Oh.
There you go. Lester Bangs, who was in Cream.
Yeah, he does.
I bet it does, Lester, you dirty dog.
The term, the term. Here's where the Steppenwolf tie-in happens. The term heavy metal was first used to describe a style. Hang on, you must have a delay or something, Randy, because you're popping in at the wrong times. Hang on here. The term heavy metal was first used to describe a style of pop music by Lester Bangs in Cream, which is the magazine I was referring to. It is believed that his inspiration was Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild, which contains the phrase heavy metal, but no one is actually certain that that's actually how it was. So it could be,
So
might not.
That makes. I've been back and looked at some of the music I've been listening to recently. We've got Rolling Stones, Fleetwood Mac, the Beatles,
Beatles, of course.
Queen, Billy Joel, Bon Jovi, Oasis. Yeah, it's mainly those with a couple of other weird niche ones like Cave Town.
Yeah, I think how music evolves, it's quite similar to almost like biological evolution. There's no definite starting point of heavy metal. There's a time period where it progressed into what we would consider that, but there's no boom, this was the first heavy metal song, because it's going to be just slightly different than the stuff that was out there in that day and time. and then it's going to evolve into what we consider it to be now.
Yeah.
Language works the same way.
A gradient of development.
Yeah. I think because like my whole music influence was all like classical and jazz, and then it turned in, and then I discovered Michael Jackson at like 7, and then I listened to Michael Jackson up until I was just like fucking like damn near 13. And I was like, pop punk, what is this? This is awesome. I love Blink-182, and then I found Linkin Park and Disturbed and Slipknot and all the. But it was a good gateway into like different genres. They were not to anything to like really push me away.
Right. Yeah. I still say the Jackson Victory Tour was probably still one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
I will still. I usually throw an MJ or somebody like that when I'm cooking, because I got to dance when I'm cooking.
I've discovered that my smaller siblings think of my music that's newer or my nostalgia music as like old people music that they've never listened to before. Like Fireworks by Katy Perry, they consider old people music.
What?
Just wait to the day when you bring up Katy Perry and they say who is that?
I know we went from like Fleetwood Mac and Bon Jovi and Billy Joel to Katy Perry. I think this goes back to what we were talking about it, like at like the decline of music stage.
Yeah,
I've already hit that moment.
I have my music I listen to and my nostalgia music. My nostalgia music is just music that was constantly on the radio when I was younger that I'll occasionally listen to a few of.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much how it is for a lot of people, I think. Nostalgia.
To make it even worse, this was like years ago. But when I heard Guns N' Roses on the classic rock station, I said, "Fuck."
I'm officially old.
Yep.
I remember growing up, and my dad would put on oldies, which was the music that he would grow up with. And now, if I tune an oldie station, it's the music that I would grow up with.
And now another classic oldie but goldie, living on a prayer. It's like, oh,
this entire weekend, our classic rock station 101, Rock 101, has been playing classic rock all weekend, but it's all 80s music.
Now we got we're going to dust this one off. We have The Police with it. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm going to fight somebody.
Grab the CD, blow off the dust.
I had the official music of Christianity, and it was country, and it sucked. I didn't get to hear good music until I was later on in life, you know. And then I just went nuts with it.
I remember my whole phase where I was like, secular music is of the devil. So I listened to all the Christian music that tried to sound like secular music.
Striper.
Yes.
Striper.
I was one of the few kids in my church who was allowed to listen to secular music.
To hell.
I was allowed to. I just remember I was early. It was like my sophomore year where I decided I was called to ministry. So then I'm like, I can't be led astray. So I fit into all of that. Went all into that.
See, I had a conversation with street pastors from my church last week about how I believe in evolution. So
because it's fucking true.
Go on, do tell.
Okay, and I think I've already mentioned bits of this, but actually, initially, because they didn't recognize me and I knew them by name, they assumed I was a demon.
They just forgot what Sam looked like.
I thought you were Sam.
They thought you were, or they thought you were possessed by a demon, or what?
No, demon.
Oh,
these guys believed I was a physical demon who'd been incarnated to haunt them.
Oh,
that is a very interesting denomination that I have not attended those churches.
These guys are extreme Pentecostals and slightly nutty.
I feel like those are synonyms.
Hi, Dave.
You're too late, David. I already showed off your phone.
Sam, I need to give you a high five.
The thing is though that I then explained to them why I was wearing a pentacle necklace and who I was. And they were like, oh, okay. And then they saw I was wearing a dress and were like, wait, are you trans? And then I said yes, because I did not have the spoons to explain what non-binary means.
That would have been a lengthy conversation.
So I only had like an hour because I turned up an hour early to meet up with some friends.
I only had an hour to chat with the street pastors.
And so I stood there and I explained to them basically how I'd shifted from Christianity to paganism, which basically the TLDR is I went Christian, atheist, heretical, Christian, pagan.
Okay.
And then I explained it to them, and then they told me I worship demons. Then one of them came up to me and started discussing shit with me. And when I mentioned that I worshipped the Greek gods, they said, oh, I used to worship demons too. I grew up Jewish and I worshipped astrology.
Worshipped astrology? How do you worship astrology?
Look, Neil, so what you do is you get your elbows in tight, right? You got to have good form if you're going to be...
Let me try.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're getting there.
Level.
And then you got to point at Polaris with your left temple.
Let me think.
There you go. And then you sneeze backwards.
Ow! No.
Yeah. See, it's not for everybody.
No. So it was.
I
then had this.
It takes a very specific level of dedication.
Then you must not really be a believer if you can't sneeze backwards.
I can't. That was fucking want to sneeze backwards. Does snot come out of your ears or what?
You suck in snot.
God.
You have to catch it out of the air.
Don't you just love it though? Don't you just love it when somebody asks you what your beliefs are and you start to tell them, no, I don't agree with supernatural and all that stuff, and they say, oh, well, that's just sad, and it's like, yeah, nice story. Now take your top off.
What? Yeah, they tried to Pascal's wager me by implying I was an atheist, and then saying, and because you have no God, it's better to believe in something than nothing, and and I'm like, hold on, I just told you I believe in your God. I just think he's a dick.
He's not very likable.
If you've read the books, he is a dick.
I posted something about this on Twitter, but I went on a date a while ago that in conversation we chatted and bantered and it seemed good, so we decided to meet. But I didn't, I think, properly vet religiously. So we get there, and we start talking, and I tell her I used to be a pastor, and she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And then I became an atheist and decided that was no longer a good fit for me. And the moment I did that, everything spiraled out. And I learned so many new things from this person. We had a conversation, and she explained to me how atheists are wicked, how pagans worship the devil, because I have very close friends and family of mine that are pagans, and I participate in some of their ceremonies. And so I was talking about that. So she was like, pagans worship the devil. And I'm like, they don't
only some of us. Only some of us.
Yeah. So we had that conversation, and very anti-LGBT. And so we had that conversation. And then she says, how is it that you could be a Christian and then become an atheist? That's like being offered filet mignon and you say, no, I'd rather have the peanut butter sandwich that fell on the floor. Like, that's what she tells me at the date.
Oh boy.
And she wants more dates after this. So we have this conversation.
I give her back.
I know. Well, I explained to her this was where like this made my whole night. Like, this made the whole thing worth it. I explained to her how, to me, it's really important how we come to the point where we determine what is and is not true, and the methods that we use to get there. And she says, well, I trust my intuition. And I go, well, I can kind of lead us astray. And she said, my intuition does not lead me astray. Clearly, judging by this date. My intuition does not lead me astray. And then 5 minutes later, she's explaining to me the COVID hoax
See.
The 5G conspiracy. How vaccines are poison.
Check, please.
I know. And I'm like, so let's go back to our methodology for how we determine what's true, because you're not vetting this properly. That was
what?
I would have been like, and we're done.
Oh, at that point, it was fascinating, because first I showed up to the date because I thought she would be interesting, and she was. It just shifted from like a romantic interest to like a clinical interest, and
so
from that point forward, it was very enjoyable.
Oh, see,
It went from intriguing to morbid curiosity.
Well, here's the thing.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Here's the thing, especially in the Western world, about especially the Christians. What they do is they get this little character made up about you that they pounded on the pulpit and around the coffee tables. How anybody who's not in their little belief system must be. They are good, therefore everybody else is bad. And they're, and then when they say, hey, you don't believe anything, that's just sad. And it's like, no, not really. I have the mental tools to deal with death and accept it for what it naturally is. You, on the other hand, have to play make believe to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think they understand how someone can find enjoyment when they have to worry about things like death.
Yeah.
Which is
it's indoctrination for you.
It feels almost comical to me now. I mean, granted, I used to pray twice every night that the house wouldn't get burned down when I was younger and that I wouldn't have a heart attack and all sorts of things because I was terrified of death. But
yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It's all avoidance, right? So, like, and I touched base. I kind of touched on this, I think, in the earlier conversation, but there's this idea that we don't really have to deal with death because the people that die, there's no permanence to that. There isn't really a separation there. It's like they went on vacation for a little while and then we'll kind of reconnect. So there's not this process of really letting go, which is why on the conversion side, so many people have to re-grieve loved ones and develop those tools. We don't have tools to learn how to let things out of our control because we have the things that we can control, the things that we can influence, where our control and somebody else kind of interact. Then we have the things we have no control over. But within religion, we take all those things that we have no control over and we put them into our sphere of influence. So we don't ever have to deal with things being out of our control, because if we can pray about them, then even if we can't control them, we can still influence them. So we never learn to cope with this. So there's this whole thing of coping skills that we never develop that keep us locked into this religious structure, because if we break out of that, we are not equipped to have the tools outside of that.
Hold on. Hold on.
So
below, tons of mice had a question for you there, Thomas.
Would you have minded being pounded on the pulpit on the first date? As of this point right now, I think that would be kind of hard.
Damn it, I was going to say something about that. I was waiting for an opening in the conversation, be like, it's all about getting to a point in your life where you can hear the phrase pounded on the pulpit and go, yeah.
I mean, it depends on whether the pulpit is something that's like chest high or like waist high, because this here is going to
grab a chair. It's okay. I mean, we can work with it.
Depends on how tall you are.
Table, because that's usually right around hip height.
I mean, some of them plexiglass, and I wouldn't trust them.
God damn it, doorknob! Take your stinking points. I'm getting sick of y'all.
Yeah. Mikey, which one's worse, mine or that one?
Yeah, Mike, I'll put you in the middle.
Okay.
I find it really funny that I didn't ever I think from a very young age, I accepted that death was death. And while I believed there was an afterlife, I didn't pay attention to said afterlife. And as such, I didn't find myself re-grieving when I left Christianity for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
about 8 months ago, making peace with myself that if I didn't wake up on the operating table or from the operating table, that was that.
Yeah.
and what it's
Same
kind
here.
of
Iris,
a
what
whatever,
helped you
and
do that?
there's
helped you
this
do
thing
that?
right here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, as I guess a theist, my kind of view is that I'm agnostic on the concept of an afterlife in the first place. So I accept it's the end, and if I'm wrong, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As a matter of fact, I have bookmarked here for a long time. I kept this article by Sean Carroll, who's a well-known physicist cosmologist. According to Sean Carroll, there is no afterlife. There's no life after death. It's impossible. Now, where he says this cosmologist and physicist, professor at the California Institute of Technology, believes that he has put the debate surrounding the afterlife to bed after extensively studying the laws of physics. The laws of physics underlying everyday life are completely understood, and everything happens within the realms of possibility. He says, for there to be an afterlife, consciousness would need to be something that is entirely separate or separated from our physical body, which it is not. Rather, consciousness at the very basic level is a series of atoms and electrons, which essentially give us our mind. So the laws of the universe do not allow these particles to operate after our physical body demise, after our physical demise. So the claims of some form of consciousness that persists after our body dies and decays into their constituent atoms face one huge, insuperable obstacle. The laws of physics underlying everyday life are completely understood, and there's no way that the laws of the physics allow for that information stored in our brain to persist after we die.
I think we're having a bit of technical difficulties. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me sort this out real.
Well, not only that, but if you have to walk on a cloud, what kind of shoes are you going to bring?
Oh, there we go. Fix that.
They're a lot like snowshoes.
Yeah, I have three big objections to that article, but it makes a good point.
Crocs.
What are your objections?
Crocs.
I think that to say we understand the laws of physics completely.
We do.
Excuse me, I have to get another drink.
We do, though. The laws of physics are understood and known.
To know anything in the objective sense, to state that you know it completely, it's kind of presumptuous.
The height of arrogance.
It feels
because
like
how do you know what you
happens?
don't know that you? I mean,
okay,
you're granting yourself like omniscience on anything because there's possibly something that you don't know.
They actually addressed that question in another article that I read.
I'm curious about this. So how did he address that question?
How do we know that we know? Well, how do we know what we know?
My question is, how do they know that there's something that they don't know?
How do we know everything about physics?
Okay.
I don't think the article said that though. In those words.
It did. It actually
That's
did.
my problem with it.
Yeah, he said that.
It did.
Yeah,
well, that's a stupid.
Well, I think the wording that they used is that if I remember correctly from the segment that you just read, was that the laws of physics that underlie everyday life are completely understood.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly
I think that was
right.
how it was phrased. So I think it sounds more like he is specifically referring to the aspects of physics as they pertain to
everyday life,
the things that make life possible or sustainable. But I still think that there's an aspect to this that has to recognize that the way that science works is that we are constantly expanding our knowledge base, and the very idea that our knowledge base is expanding inherently means that there are things that we are still learning and determining, and that are still perhaps undiscovered. And I think that it sounds like that's where a lot of the
I would object to that kind of knowledge claim, even ignoring the whole Cartesian certainty thing.
Yeah, but see, though, in physics, though, Sam, they don't really care about that. They don't care about that.
I mean, I'll grant them that
it has no place in physics.
They can say
certainty paradox is prime in paradox.
that we understand physics
I'm
enough
not talking about the uncertainty paradox.
to say that we know enough to state that it is highly improbable that there's something that we don't understand that can make this possible.
Again, because you guys are arguing for nothing. Listen to the statement again.
You will turn this after party right around.
The laws of physics underlying everyday life are completely understood. There are lots of laws of physics that we're still working on. I'm talking about underlying everyday life, the things that we know are possible in everyday life.
As I understand the phrase in everyday life, kind of maybe that's just
the
a
everyday
local
life
thing.
is too open.
That's what
the everyday life thing. Maybe that's more of a local thing, but that applies to kind of that gets applied to everything, even specialist fields here.
Okay.
Shit.
I guess I would
big questions like,
think that there may
what
be
the hell do
laws-
women want, and why does my pecker shrink in the cold?
What?
We don't even know why lightning happens, so I don't even know.
If it's gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Damn it.
I
Stupid point. Thank you.
To say that we know the laws of physics underlie everyday life, I don't necessarily have an issue with that, but I wonder if there are additional understandings about those laws that our knowledge and understanding may continue to expand.
Well, it always will.
And that there
Our
may
knowledge will always expand.
and it sounds like it, and that perhaps there are laws that still apply our everyday life that are as of yet undiscovered.
Yeah, and like I said, I am just being a
that's
pedant.
what I
I
think.
do agree with the point of the article. I was being a pedant about things I disagree with that are specific points in the article.
Okay. For his evidence, Dr. Carroll points to the quantum field theory.
Okay.
The simplest terms, the QFT, is the belief that there is one field for every type of particle, which ultimately they found out was true.
Okay.
So, for example, the photons of the universe are on one level, and the electrons have their own field. And for every other type of particle, they all have their own field. So our consciousness, which is literally electron shit firing in your brain, has its own field, and it can't exist outside of the brain without a mind.
So give
That's
it another
basically what he's
mind.
saying. What kind of mind are you talking about?
I mean,
what other mind?
We don't know.
And how do you transfer it?
The board.
What do you contain?
Can you upload your consciousness? We don't know.
No.
I mean, it's an interesting prospect.
It's an interesting theory, and it's great for science fiction, but in reality, unlikely.
I don't know, man. Siri has been getting she's been sassier than normal. I don't know if this is just like a dark time of year for her, but
it's a great idea. But who? What?
Siri.
Oh, okay.
On my iPhone.
It's a great idea, but
got some lip.
Anyone in the field of both computer science and neurological science, both of the sides of the field, pretty much agree that that's not going to be a thing. How would you even do that?
I mean, there is some debate around the plausibility of it if you can create a system that mimics neural patterns, but it would be very difficult and would require certain assumptions to be true.
Well, yeah, for sure. And okay, I can't say it'll never happen. Who knows what the future brings, but it'll be well after we're long and gone.
That's fine. I'm just saying there's things we don't know, and to say that we know everything is kind of.
That's not what he said. Okay, again, he did not say he knows everything.
It's
I think the phrasing in that
that's a fucking blanket statement.
May have been a little sloppier and leaves open some points where it can be read in ways that I don't think he intended.
I am a pedant, and so when I said I agree with the point, but I have issues with the article, it's literally just minor points like that I don't think it matters, but I'm going to be picky.
How do you know you don't know everything?
That's an unknown.
We know the behavior of atoms and forces and stuff like that. At least all the ones that we have discovered, and haven't discovered any for a long time since then. So the known forces And the known patterns of atoms demonstrates that a soul or whatever, our consciousness, cannot exist outside of the body.
I go simpler. I just say, show me the existence of a mind without a brain.
Yep.
Until we can have a mind without a brain, then we don't have any evidence that the mind exists independently, and therefore we have no valid basis on which to base the existence of the soul.
He said an afterlife would require physics that is beyond our standard model. So,
yeah.
Maybe we got the standard model. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to keep stirring the pot. I'm not.
Well, not only would it require a little bit different physics, but it would also have to require some detectable storage and usage and thinking agent in control of matter and energy in the universe outside of our mind for that mind to function. And we don't have anything like that right now at all.
Yes. I am ready for cups on my head. I'm ready for cup-shaped objects on my head.
I'm ready to be a brain in a jar.
And we enjoy them there. So I'm good with
nice.
Yeah, you guys.
I think I was going in a completely different direction with that one, but I mean, I'm not gonna shame.
You guys, a lot of people just completely mistook that initial statement about knowing everything about day-to-day life, about stuff that we already know. Like this is all.
Yeah.
Of course, there's stuff out in the univerce that we don't know. We of course.
Well, yeah, commonality.
It's just a semantics thing. I was like I said, I was being a pedant. It was a semantics thing.
You're not a peasant, Sam.
No,
not pedant. Pedant.
He's in Britain.
Being pedantic.
Doesn't Britain have peasants still? Like
and
stuff?
Isn't that what the Queen calls everyone that isn't living in fucking
serfs?
England isn't Russia.
Do you know that? I mean,
he hasn't got shit all over him.
Help! I'm being oppressed.
Repress. Can you see the violence inherent in the system?
Oh man, Holy Grail is just like it's just no fail, best segues ever for pretty much any conversation.
Yeah.
Deutsch, better.
Mm-hmm.
Fart in your general direction.
I must quote it.
Your father smells of elderberry. Now go away, or I will taunt you a second time.
Y'all listen. I think my favorite line of that entire movie is easily the best. She turned me into a newt.
You don't look like a newt.
And then everyone just goes,
I got better.
I got better. My man just lied.
What also floats on water? Little tiny rocks. A duck.
My favorite was on Life of Brian when Brian says, "Hey, Mom, what happened to you? Were you raped by the Roman soldier?" And she says, "Well, yes, at first."
Dickus Maximus?
Biggest. And his wife was Incontinentia Buckos.
Let me see here. I think you're right, Neil. This thing is not updating.
It's not.
It's not doing anything. Social Blade, you suck.
No, I'm still at 1992, dude. I'm still at 1992.
What the hell?
I know. Eight subscribers to 2,000 people. Come on. Go tell your friends. Tell the whole bunch. You could have had a hippopotamus for lunch. Never mind. That's a totally different.
Oh, dear.
Commercial.
See,
Zoodles. It's a zoodles.
Way to remind me I don't have any friends.
Way to remind me I don't have a hippopotamus.
When I eventually make my Christian friends heretical to the point where they start to question everything, I will send them your way.
You'll
because
do it now.
All of my Christian friends end up heretics. It's interesting.
I will tell you though that
our souls exist.
Our souls exist.
Yeah,
and they have their own field. and they have their own field. Yes.
Yeah.
I have got to get going. So I have very much enjoyed being able to come in and goof off with all of you guys.
It's been a pleasure, Thomas.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you again for inviting me on the show.
Thank you, Thomas.
Wonderful chatting with you guys.
Excellent to meet you.
Likewise. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Good evening.
We'll do our best, sir. And thanks again for joining me today.
Thank you again for the invitation.
I'm just so you know, I'm going to put out a little thank you tweet after we're done here. That'll tag you in it and everyone else that was in the after party. Okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night.
You too.
You too.
All right, let's talk about him. He's gone now.
No. I was going to say, Thomas had to go. He's got like 157 kids there watching a movie or something.
No,
Like, holy crap,
that movie's done.
Oh boy.
your family's fertile.
God, I've started carrying around Nerf guns because there are small children that have been trying to ambush me, and so I carry around the ones that have larger bullets than theirs, and so then they won't shoot at me because they don't want to get shot back.
No. This time of year, fuck the Nerf gun. Get a super soaker. They'll be paying.
Well, I would, but it's one of their birthdays, so I'm being relatively nice.
Okay.
Mikey,
how is it I have no points whatsoever?
Sorry, bro.
I mean, am I even on the board at all?
Because I don't even know, but I got to pee.
Look, I can't just be giving out points willy-nilly. I have to be there.
Sam, I gotta say, you're definitely in a good spot.
You gotta actually say. You gotta actually say
if you
something
can't
funny
leave the house without your
everything.
without your Nerf strap.
Sam, keep that thing on her. Gotta keep that thing.
Sam talking about leaving the house with a strap on.
Stop it.
Oh no, I prefer these to straps.
See, there it is. There it is.
It went there.
It went there.
And
door got
still have laundry.
He drove all the way to Gary, Indiana.
Unfortunately, the partner I interact most with is in Florida.
That's a big strap. Never mind.
I'm so sorry.
All the way from Florida. Damn. I'm gonna get
Points
myself
are big. Stop the count.
Yeah. Also, the fact that
Having some of that skunk ape sex, eh?
There it is.
The fact that I have.
Oh, Randolph.
Hi, Randolph.
Hey, Randolph.
Yeah.
You done destroying the Christian there already, there, Randolph?
Yeah, I saw he was.
Did you leave anything besides a smoldering pile?
I never do.
If it's not for the they can forecast that that it's going to rain for 6 minutes at 2:07 p.m. every day in Florida. It's anybody who's been to Florida understands what I'm talking about. Every day rains at exactly the same time for just a few minutes.
Pardon me.
And then it goes away.
And it's like hot, and then it's just like clouds, storm, gone, sunshine.
Hot.
Again.
Hot. Yeah. Florida has 2 seasons, summer and hell.
This matches the descriptions I've had, and it amuses me because my partner works in a mega church, but is a pagan.
Oh, y'all infiltrating.
Because they're a sound tech, and there's very little sound tech work around where they live.
Neil,
I think you're muted.
Is he wearing one of those incognito mustaches?
Why the fuck is my avatar yours, Mike?
I don't know. Why'd you pick my avatar as yours?
I didn't do that.
Well, StreamYards disagrees.
Do your let's see what yours looks like.
I really wish I could change mine quick enough so it would be yours and it would be funny, but I won't be able to do it in time.
Oh, yours is correct. I don't. What the fuck is this shit? What
the fuck? Yeah, it's pretty badass avatar.
Trouble with StreamYard the past couple of days. They haven't been able to get on it with their cell phones or anything. So it's just StreamYard's just going through some bugs right now. So
I'm on my phone right now.
Eventually,
StreamYard.
hopefully,
we're good.
There was an update on Apple iOS that if you didn't do it off through Wi-Fi, that if you try to get into a StreamYard's call, it's going to mess up.
Eek.
I don't have any points. I need to get some points.
I found an interesting. I heard an interesting conspiracy theory from my nana recently-ish.
Oh boy!
So she thinks that the EU is a front for Nazi Germany.
What's the thing from Nazi Germany again?
It's not even wrong.
Why? How? What's the logic behind that?
Yes.
So she thinks that it's just a long-term play by the Germans to gain control over the whole of Europe.
The long con. You got to be more dedicated.
Hitler uploaded consciousness into a computer running the show, or
no, it's actually a lab mouse named Pinky.
Oh,
not a brain.
It was bizarre. I don't even know what her reasoning here is, because she just thinks that like all of the German politicians are in on it.
So who is this person that thinks this?
Why don't you come in here?
I'm related to this person. Help.
Why don't you jump in here, Ethan? If you're done.
Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan.
What are you scared of, Ethan?
He's frightened.
It's
okay.
Just
mind you, this person got upset when I explained evolution to my granddad, and he was impressed.
Nanomyths.
My mom thinks that the mask mandates are part of a Arab conspiracy to make people be submissive towards authority.
Yeah.
I have lots of relatives who think that one.
After the face mask come the hijabs.
Yep.
Listen to Ian.
Yeah, y'all thumb game is weak today. Y'all rusty.
And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
Yeah,
because I'm literally 8 away from 2,000 subscribers. That's pretty huge. I even tweeted that shit out on Twitter, and
it is pretty huge.
What?
I haven't even made 100 subs yet.
Me either.
I think I'm at like 75, and that's with actively telling people to please do not subscribe to me because I don't make content.
See, last I checked, I had 69 subscribers. I know I've gained a few since then, but I'm not how many.
All right.
71 now, so I've gained 2 since.
Ruin the party.
You need 77 because 77 gets 8 more.
Right.
Someone once told me I'd get more subs if I showed more skin, but eating pork rinds didn't work.
I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm still around, but I am going to eat.
What you got there?
All right.
Apparently that's a fetish. You might want to leave it on.
I don't know. I mean, something like pork rinds, you're probably going to attract more DOMs.
Noodles.
Yes, noodles. No.
I'm a big noodle guy.
Is that like a ramen cup of noodles?
I look when I'm eating, so I'm going to do this.
There he is.
Hey, Randolph.
Hello.
Oh, there's Randolph.
Ooh, nice shirt.
Oh yeah, it was. I guess I'm here to gloat about this debate I was in. I'm
go on.
I have to gloat about my interlocutor, for he slaughtered me.
I did hear a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, he did well, very well.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing bad.
Yeah,
he's a nice slaughtering, but he was well spoken.
Oh yeah, well I told him behind the stage, thanks for being gentle as you slaughtered me. But no, I think he, for the most part, won that debate. I did point out what I thought were problems in the argument, but he presented better. So.
Fair rhetoric is like 55% or whatever it is of debating. I forget where, but even from the few debates I've done, it feels like rhetoric is often more important than points.
Oh yeah.
Look at Hitch. Hitch made his life off of rhetoric.
Oh, he was masterful at it.
The Will Smith movie? What are you talking? That makes no sense.
Move back to Gary, Indiana.
Oh damn!
That was good, even if you didn't like it. I don't care. That was good.
How are you all doing?
Still alive, still kicking. Just waiting for 2021 to be 2020's New Game Plus.
Oh, gee.
Is it going to be like Disney and then Disney Plus, where they're just going to stream all the catastrophes?
Dark Souls reference.
Yeah, y'all ain't even heard of the murder chinchillas yet.
Oh shit!
If you've never played Dark Souls, when you beat the game, you can play through again and as many times as you want, and every time it gets progressively harder. So it's called New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus. So I'm thinking 2021 is New Game Plus for 2020, which means we're all fucked.
I can't parry that well.
No, I disagree. Yeah, I think 2021 is going to be fucking hugely better than 2020.
Yeah, we got vaccines being delivered already.
That's right.
I think that the first. I think that the first few months of 2020.
I'm lost.
I think that the first few months of 2020 are going to be 2020 number 2 Electric Boogaloo, but after that, it's going to get better.
Well, the first few months we're still dealing with the COVID stuff, right? So,
yeah.
I think you mean 2021.
That's what he meant.
Oh, okay.
I think the reason that 2020 was so terrible is because we got caught with our pants down. Now we're going to be paying a lot more attention. We're going to be,
hey, IQ, you
kind of got slapped into shape a little bit, but it's every time that we relax ourselves to a point where we can
release.
Love it. Where it can get that bad. Now, there was a series of unfortunate events that were seemingly unconnected, and they just happened in a small period of time. Yeah, you can say that, but I mean, it's not like calamity keeps a calendar. It's yesterday's tomorrow, every single day, and we just need to stay on our fucking game and stop fucking up.
That was my punk rock band in high school. Yesterday's tomorrow.
I mean, don't you love it? It's a great phrase. I mean, but 2021 is just going to be 2021. It's like bad shit stops happening in January just because it's like some sort of arbitrary, line in the sand. No, the pandemic got so bad is because we were relaxed. And there was a lot of shit we weren't prepared for, and there was a lot of shit that went down that made it get really bad. Could we have changed a lot? Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. But there was a lot of shit that got exposed that we could have done better, that we should have done better.
People really realize just how hard it is to govern 350 million idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Might work better with a hammer. This is for you, doorknob head. There's a hammer. Or a mallet. Rubber mallet.
I mean, at least in Canada, at most, there's only 35 million.
Yeah, we're not without our challenges here, though, either. We've got a small anti-mask movement here that are filled with a lot of Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say at most 35 million.
How annoying would a Canadian Trump supporter be? Like, you don't even vote for him. You don't even live
Mikey.
Oh, must have been an
accident. It's kind of we kind of regard them similar to flat earthers.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but flat earthers actually have this weird psychological condition about them that what Philosophy Tube did a very good job explaining. I don't know that Trump supporters have that. I think they're just dumb. I don't know.
There's a lot that goes into all
I disagree, Irish. I think a lot of it is education. It seems like the education thing, the Trump supporters don't know a lot of actual facts. They just listen to whatever somebody tells them to think instead of thinking for themselves.
Well, having
It's
been
because
one of those idiots
they're not
before in my
taught any
life, I would totally
critical
agree with you.
thinking.
That's why I call them dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend whose mum is
yeah, they're
very
dumb,
much a leftist. I have a friend whose mum is very much a leftist, but she's anti-mask because she thinks it's a big government conspiracy. So you also have the flip side of it, where people are being dumb and doing the opposite of what authority tells them simply because authority told them.
Yeah.
You know, Neil, for the last couple of minutes, your face looks like your whole screen is frozen except the blue light's blinking.
One thing I can definitely say for sure
They're probably trying to figure out what the hell the harmonica man's talking about.
life has a way of showing you how absolutely wrong you are every time you get to say it can't possibly get any worse than this.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
and then
can't
you
So
got
I roll
to
into 2021 thinking that shit's still going to hit the fan in hopes that life is going to continue this trend of trying to disappoint me.
I think I've definitely lowered the bar a bit after 2020. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's cool. Everyone's going to wear a mask and wash their hands. We'll be out of this by August.
Yeah, think of the good things that came out of 2020. I mean, you used to be able to walk up on people and flick them in the back of the ear, fuck with them. Nah, they ain't going to feel it no more. Their backs of everybody's ears are tough as fuck now.
Yeah, I got calluses back there.
You remember when masks used to hurt?
My favorite phrase for coming into...
I don't even got blisters back there anymore.
Oh, I got hard, leathery skin. I could strike a match back there.
My
Flick
favorite
somebody in
phrase
the back of
for
the
coming
ear,
into
sound like
2020
Bonanza.
so far has been, let's all go in quietly, pretend like we're supposed to be here, and maybe we'll get away with this.
I'm with that.
Doorknob Head, there's already a band called Rhythm Stick.
That's a good ass name.
Yeah, it's a local band here, actually.
Rhythm Stick, yeah, that is a good name. Also a good hobby.
Rory Herbert's concerned I might hit Doorknob Head with a band? Okay. Some funny stuff going on in the band.
I wanted
want
to
my
call our
next
band.
band to be named the what do you call them? The wild type humans, the feral humans. That's it. I want my next band to be the feral humans. That way, there's no expectations of them being civilized at all.
I can relate to that on a personal level.
Whoop, that's not the one I want. This one. See, told you. Yeah, we were one of the band names we tossed around for a little while, and I'm not sure if you guys will know what this is, but it does refer to something in particular. We're going to call ourselves Demon Core. Do you guys know what that's about?
No, what is that?
Demon Core was the very center of the original nuclear weapon, like the one that they dropped on the atom bomb, basically. That they dropped on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, that kind of thing. And what's the
It was the beryllium sphere.
Not beryllium sphere. That's something totally different. But yeah, it was the very core of it.
U-265?
238.
238.
238 would, yeah. And we thought nobody would really know what that meant. So
at least we didn't try Demon Calabra. If you ever want to just like screw your mind up, read that book in the 40K Black Library.
Okay, so Demon Core. Demon Core was a spherical 6.2 kilogram, 14-pound subcritical mass of plutonium 89 millimeters of plutonium and 89 millimeters, which is 3.5 inches for you, of the three countries that still don't use the metric system, in diameter, manufactured during World War II during the United States nuclear weapon development effort, the Manhattan Project, is fissile core for early atomic bombs, et cetera, et cetera. They used it in
which one was the plutonium bomb?
That's what I'm talking about, is the plutonium.
No, which one that was dropped was the plutonium bomb?
I believe they both were.
No,
not?
one was
Hiroshima.
uranium, the other was plutonium.
Oh, okay. Then the first one was plutonium. Then the second one was uranium.
Because the United States, at one point, they came to the president and said, "We can build a bomb one of two ways." And the president said, "Okay, do it."
Do it both ways.
Yeah, and that's why they had a plutonium and uranium, because they were like, we can't like, go 4 years down the road and be like, well, we can't do it this way. Maybe we'll try the other way. So it was a dual effort.
Isn't plutonium 38 neutrons and uranium 35?
There you go. That's the demon core right there. There you go.
Looks pretty solid.
Cool.
But we thought it was a cool name. We ended up going with Luminous because it was just there was no bloody way that anyone was going to use that.
Demon Core is a cool name, actually. Just too bad that it names something so disastrous.
And Queensryche was already taken, so I mean, like they had to go with that.
Queensryche? What? What? That came out of fucking left field. What?
They can't be Motorheads like the aliens. I feel like
Why not? We could be Motorhead 2.0.
Motorheads, Motorhead 2.
Wow, sure.
Motor neck.
Motor neck.
Motor chin.
Motor forehead. There you go.
Motor ran.
Just okay. Somebody kick his ass out of here. The second you bring in fucking Night Ranger, you're done. Fucking
I think I should just be glad I've not heard of whatever that is.
I'll send you the link. Don't worry about
Night
it.
Ranger. You're not missing anything, Sam. You're not missing.
Yeah, you're not
Speaking
missing anything, Sam.
Now another oldie but goldie. Flock of seagulls.
To know the time has come. Yeah, I had a friend that really
You can't get 30 seconds into it without saying the word Jesus.
There you go. That's a good one. Motor mouth. There you go.
It was right in front of us the whole time.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Okay, if I don't have any fucking points yet, then you don't get any points for that one.
That's fine. I didn't get
How
any.
did Russ end up with minus 50?
What
He
the-
knows. He knows what he did.
Okay,
That's
okay.
impressive.
I have no idea who this is, but this is fucking funny. Kylo Lane Craig.
I know who he is.
What's going on,
That's
people?
That's Justin.
Oh fuck!
Hello.
What the hell? Are your stream done?
Yeah, I just finished up my stream right now.
All right.
How did it go?
It went
What's
well.
up, man?
It went well. What's going on?
I just finished a debate on the Tart channel.
I saw that you were debating Zach. We had him on our show the other night.
Yeah,
How'd it go?
He won, I think.
Oh, really?
He presented better than me. I'm not convinced, but he presented better than me. So, he did very well. Yeah. I'm so glad he's turned out to be a good guest for you guys.
Yeah, he was a fantastic guest, and I honestly want to get him scheduled for a debate sometime. I'd love to debate him.
He's a real smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tart wants to bring him on for their show as well for a later episode to talk about faith. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
But anyway,
Judge
he
it is.
Debate a cat without getting triggered.
I want to go up against Pastor John again because that was fun.
I can't be up till 9 a.m.
See, I want to debate, but I'm a spoonie, so trying to figure out how to arrange that is difficult.
Well, there are ways. Hang on, Mikey. Why are you not in the middle anymore? You got to be in the middle.
Mikey in the middle.
Exactly.
There we go.
Everyone keeps hopping in, coming in, going out.
There's a
Keep
story
shuffling me about.
of a man named Mikey.
So you guys were hosting. So Justin, you guys were hosting a debate tonight too, weren't you?
Yeah, we were hosting a debate between Scott Williamson and Matt Adams, which some of you may know Matt Adams from the Facebook groups, Atheist vs. Christian Debate Central. He's probably one of the most hated people inside of that group
Really?
by hundreds of thousands of people.
What was the topic?
That's a big group.
Does the Christian God exist?
Same topic we had.
Yeah.
Without the word Christian.
The thing is that Scott, he identifies as what is he called? A scientific pantheist.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Which is an oxymoron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you, tons of mice.
But, he basically he argued for atheism. I mean, he's an atheist. I don't really disagree with anything that he says, except when he calls himself a scientific pantheist.
That is bizarre. Huh.
Yeah, I think he uses it because because the word atheist is cringy to a lot of religious people, so he calls himself a scientific pantheist to try and smooth things over.
A lot of
doesn't
pantheists.
work. If you don't believe in a deity, that doesn't work.
Yeah, because a pantheist is
A lot of pantheists actually take Spinoza's God.
It's still a god.
Yep, it's still a deity. If you believe in it,
Yeah.
you're not an atheist.
I think I'm going to start
Yeah.
using non-theist.
You might as well.
Yeah,
you might,
I use
it's like you might as well be an
Typical
atheist or a deist.
misrepresentation of the term atheism.
Well, just take away the dash in one word. Non-theist.
I actually coined something that Randolph had taught me earlier. Atheists in the after party was saying, "Well, I have a lack of belief," and I was like, "No, you don't. No, you don't. You have an absence of belief, because lacking a belief seems that there's something missing. There's nothing missing. You have an. I said if you took a shovel and you dug a hole in your backyard, there's a place where there's grass and dirt that's missing that's supposed to be there, but it's not. If you have
is there a word for somebody who's lacking a bullet in their head? You know, like it's called alive.
It's supposed to be there.
When I was absent
Thanks for
from
remembering that, Dustin. I appreciate it.
when I was absent from class, there wasn't like a hole where I was supposed to be. I mean, there was a chair there, but
it was empty. Right?
No, it wasn't empty. The person behind him had their foot up and they was comfy.
Hell yeah, he was stressed out.
If you look in the dictionary
I
or the
screwed my English teacher,
thesaurus,
so there was a hole there.
Go ahead, Neil. Sorry, guys. Go ahead, Neil.
you'll find both lack and absence being of the same descriptive features. So
Yeah, it's just it's an implied kind of thing that I've discovered. A lot of people think lack means it's something that is normally there is missing. Yeah, it's just something I've run into quite a bit.
yeah, Mikey playing with
See,
stuff.
I don't necessarily see it that way, but I guess I can see how it can come off that way.
Yeah, it comes up. So
You're just fucking around with shit. All right, so basically,
this is weird.
I atheism to me, I just say, what is atheism? Do you believe in a god of any sort? No, then you're an atheist.
that's right. That's it. It's that simple. That's atheism for you. There's nothing to it, literally.
That's all it addresses.
I think the most. Hold on, everybody. Randolph, do you have that on a T-shirt yet?
No, but I've been quoted a number of times on it. I've been saying that for years.
Okay, we need to. All right, let me get into some copyright. Yeah, atheism. There's nothing to it.
Non-theist.
Literally.
Looking for another
Sweet.
I already hold copyright on
What
it,
are you doing?
but you're free to use it.
That's interesting. I like that one. That's kind of interesting. The little bubbly one that we got there now. The way when you pop them up, it kind of, you know. Here's a good one. If you look at
This episode brought to you by the letter A.
Really? Is that just a new? Is that just a new feature?
Yeah, they just added.
Yeah, they added the bubbly one.
Oh,
and
okay.
That looked like reasonable sign language to me.
I was trying to see if I needed to pay another $30 a month to him to get the bubble feature.
No, man, we're gonna have to get you for the $60 a month to get
Only
you
an
that
extra buck.
bubble.
We got to get you for the chicken membership.
Yeah, you got to get that chicken show.
Nobody told me about chicken. What's going on here?
Chickens? Oh, chickens is a.
What was that?
I'm so sleepy right now, and IQ laughed at it because tons of us already called me out. I've yawned like 48 times, but I'm gonna muscle through this. I got this. Now I just have to focus in on IQ and make fun of us so I can stay awake.
Well, we've been going for 149, so we're almost at 2 hours. But I'm gonna share down the 2 hour point.
Okay.
So So
You
no
told us
tweet.
this 10 minutes ago.
It's not the 45-minute warning.
Cut him off at the pass.
I got you,
It's
baby.
typically 20.
We got about 10 minutes, and I'm going to call this one quits because
Closing time.
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Is there a feature, Mikey, where you can set a timer that just mutes everybody except the
You
host?
can do that. You can do that. Yep. And besides, I have a big job today. I got to eat this.
Holy schmoly.
Oh, those are good. I've had those. That's
It's a
my
half
favorite
pound
candy.
Reese's peanut.
What in the hell is
Is
that
that
thing?
the extra peanut butter, the regular, or
Eat
the
it.
extra chocolate?
It's about
Half pound.
it's about the size of a hockey puck.
Oh no, it's
They
bigger
come
than
in
a
three
hockey puck.
varieties.
It's much bigger than a hockey puck.
They
Oh,
come
they
in
got-
three
Oh, I've
varieties.
had
you know?
those. Man, the problem is it doesn't have enough. The peanut butter to chocolate ratio is
But
fucking
there's
whack.
three
off.
varieties. IQ,
Right
there's
away.
3 varieties. You can get it with extra chocolate.
Man, I'm a
extra peanut butter,
diabetic,
or
so the
regular.
only sugar I get is from the City Bar.
Those
I thi-
half
I-
pound Reese cups. You
Remember-
set it on the table and you stare at it for a minute like speed. Speed. You know, you're like fucking. What was that? Lightning McQueen from the movie Cars. You know, you're just like you gotta rev yourself up for this one. You're like, and you're like, yeah, should I pick it up? Do I grab a fork and a knife? You know,
I was about to say you should do it. You should definitely do like a George Costanza with a 3 Musketeers.
I like that Lightning McQueen from the movie Cars, as opposed to Lightning McQueen from the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. Ew.
Chicken wing flavored ice cream. Oh,
No,
gosh.
so that-
No, that can't be fucking real.
that shit probably
Can't be
smacked.
It's probably off of Wish.com.
Yeah, it'll get to your house in about 4 to 8 business years.
Buffalo chicken flavored ice cream.
Oh, Mikey, I ordered that lamp that we were talking about the other day. Guess where it's coming out of?
Wuhan.
Guangxi.
Yeah.
So it'll be here in about 8 weeks.
No, they're just gonna keep that money. Thanks for your investment in our company.
I want the lamp from Christmas Story, the stocking leg one.
No,
That's fucking awesome.
not the fishnet.
Yeah.
you know that chicken wing flavor ice cream. That could work out. You know, but they just can't call it chicken wing ice cream. They're just the flavor name is just called drunk as hell. Because I mean, it's just there's a picture of a chicken wing on there, but it don't matter what the fuck flavor. It's some ice cream. Just eat it, motherfucker. You know you're drunk as hell.
Imagine that
Why-
creature walking up to you on a farm. I'm kicking that thing square across that yard.
You know the fucked up thing about the movie Cars is that the movie Planes is in the same universe, which means that a World War II happened, which means there's a fucking Hitler car.
It was probably a Volkswagen. Beetle.
It was a Duesenberg.
I think you're thinking a little too much about this.
He might be onto something.
Yo,
Apparently, you've never seen the YouTube channel Game Theory.
Just a
He's
theory.
just getting on it. This is
game.
just
I
scratching the
wonder how
surface.
we can take that movie and use that. What is that? The 7%, or 7 something to Kevin Bacon? Like Kevin Bacon is somehow,
Oh,
It's the
7
6
degrees.
degrees.
yeah. Kevin Bacon. Take the Cars movies and figure out how it's within 6 degrees.
Is that a website?
It's actually within one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 2, I think.
I am at least 4, possibly less, but I've not checked.
What if I was 6 degrees of, and the top result was Kevin Bacon?
Every atheist's favorite dessert.
Baby flavored ice cream.
Oh, is that where all the babies are going? I was going to say I'm finding it very difficult to find a sturdy toddler for ritual.
That's not funny. Not you, Sam, but the baby joke. That's not funny.
Huh? What? Yes, it is. Just ignore him, Sam. Just ignore him.
No, not funny.
Wait, so who? Okay, oracleofbacon.org is a website, So who do you guys want me to compare him to?
Oracle of Bacon?
Yeah, it's all about the 6 degrees of separation for Kevin Bacon. Someone made a website, and it's like a database.
How about the praise for
Cars the
Steelholder?
movie.
Well, it's people to people. So like who in the movie?
Okay, well, I already know like Matthew McConaughey, or not. Sorry, not Matthew McConaughey.
Owen Wilson, right?
Owen Wilson is Lightning McQueen.
That's right.
The guy from Cheers, what's his name?
Norm.
No, not
Norm.
Postman.
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Clavin. The guy who plays Clavin is in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Owen Wilson.
Cheech Marin.
Owen Wilson has a Bacon number of 2. Owen Wilson was in Meet the Parents with Dustin Hoffman. Was in Sleepers with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman.
Yeah. Not a problem. Hold on. Oh, God, that popped up quick. Paul Newman was in Mr. and Mrs. Bridge with Austin Pendleton. Was in Starting Over with Kevin Bacon. This is impressive. This is a good
Marlon Brando.
Gotcha. Hold on, homie.
He's not in Cars.
We moved on from there.
I thought we moved on. We moved on.
Footloose.
I was born on the same day and in the same city as Marlon Brando.
Okay, what is happening?
Sorry about that. An idiot just drove by.
What's really going to fuck you up is if there's somebody that played in the movie Cars that's in between him and Kevin Bacon.
Sex Bacon.
Okay, what is happening? I think my keyboard is pressed on
Sex
somewhere.
Bacon Company. That's like, let's have a threesome. You, me, and some of this here pork. That's the pickup line.
Sizzling.
Pulled pork. Never mind.
All right. Marlon Brando has a Bacon number of 2. Marlon Brando was in Apocalypse Now Redux with Robert Duvall. Was in Jane Mansfield's Car with Kevin Bacon.
Damn. Jane Mansfield's daughter, Mariska Haggerty.
You just can't make up words.
Mariska Haggerty is the Law and Order SVU girl.
My buddy calls it Law and Order SUV.
Oh, that's the way I read it the first time.
I think that's Jane Mansfield's daughter.
Law and Order sport utility vehicle.
Yeah, we should make
buy
a
one of
parody.
those.
I want to grow my own food, but I can't find bacon seeds.
You're not looking hard enough.
It was reasonable.
All right.
I want to
give me
know
one more.
what actor would be like on the fringes. Like you have to get all the way out to 6 degrees because it.
I'm going to type in someone modern like Gal Gadot.
Someone modern.
Yeah.
She's only 2 degrees away. Gal Gadot was in Justice League with Diane Lane, who was my dog Skip, in with Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Do somebody
Just check the name.
way
Bacon
a long
is
time
never
ago.
far
Do like who would have been in Casablanca? What's his name?
Casablanca. Why don't you go further back than that?
How about Abbott Costello?
John Wayne.
I was thinking John Wayne earlier, but I think he's also like a 2 or something, or a 3.
Oh, he's a 2. John Wayne was in How the West Was Won with Eli Wallach. Was in Mystic River with Kevin Bacon.
There you go. Yeah. I'm thinking, how about Charlie Chaplin?
Oh, Chaplin has a Bacon number of 4. Chaplin was in Astrum with Sukumari. Was in Nirmarin with Sharat Saxena. Was in The Great New Wonderful with Olympia Dukakis. Was in Picture Perfect with Kevin Bacon.
What about like
Dukakis related to the great Michael Dukakis, presidential candidate, 1988?
I'm voting for Dukakis.
Don't care.
What about like Georgia Tennant?
What about Harold Lloyd?
Harold. Oh, he came up right away. 3. Harold Lloyd was
Wow.
in.
Even less than, wow. Holy cow.
Harold Lloyd was in Speedy with Babe Ruth, was in The Life and Times of Hank Greenberg with Walter Matthew, was in JFK with Kevin Bacon.
What about like Georgia Tennant, who because I think she's been in a few things, but I have no idea.
How do you spell the last name?
Tennant, Tennant.
David Tennant's got to be like a 2.
Bacon number of 3. Georgia Tennant was in Tom Brown's School Days with Alex Pettifer. Was in Elvis and Nixon with Michael Shannon. Was in Woodsman with Kevin Bacon.
Horrible name to have.
George Woodsman or
No.
Michael Shannon?
No.
Alex Pettifer? I don't know. Yeah. That's rough.
Okay, how about let's go way fucking back to like the earliest ever of actors in Hollywood. How about
Christian Bale?
No, Florence Lawrence.
Betty White.
Silent movie kind of shit.
Not Betty White. This is long before Betty White.
Florence
Lawrence, Mary Pickford, Florence Lawrence,
Betty Page,
and Florence.
What are you talking about? Betty White like came with the country. Like
no.
She came stock with America.
She came stock.
Oh shit. Florence Lawrence was in The Hessian Renegades with Wilfred Lucas. Was in Brother Rat with Eddie Albert. Was in The Big Picture with Kevin Bacon. Her Bacon number is 3.
Wow, really? Holy crap! All right, what about Mary Pickford?
Jeez, like Betty White wasn't born; she was invented like the year before the camera.
She was born before sliced bread.
Is Betty White some kind of a superhero?
Yo, I saw Betty White's like little younger picture. I was like, oh, Betty could have got it back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Betty was cute. She's adorable now, but she was cute back then. Mary Pickford was in Dorothy Vernon of Haddon Hall with Colin Kenny. Was in The Seventh Sin with James Hong. Was in R.A.P.D. with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, with Kevin Bacon, right?
What about somebody obscure today, like
Fatty Arbuckle,
Forrest Whitaker,
Kevin Smith?
Forrest Whitaker, fuck off, Forrest Whitaker. Forrest has been in like fucking 5 things with Bacon.
His Bacon number is 1. He was in The Air I Breathe with Kevin Bacon. All right. Just want to see.
Bronson Pinchot.
Who's the guy that plays not Silent? Who's the guy that plays Jay?
Kevin Smith?
No,
Kevin
Jay.
Smith.
No, that's Silent Bob.
That's his name is Jay.
Jay.
Jason Mewes.
Jason Mewes, yeah.
That's who it is.
It'll be like 2 or something.
I don't know how does he spell Jason?
Jason.
Just regular style? Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Mewes is like MEWES.
Okay, you guys are talking at the same time, so Neil, you go.
MEWES.
MEW.
ES.
He is a number of 2.
Yeah, 2.
Jesus.
Jason Mewes was in Dogma with Linda Fiorentino. Was in Queen of Logic with Kevin Bacon.
How about Nicholas Briggs?
This is stimulating audio for everybody.
Why? This is awesome.
Nicholas Briggs. Did I spell it wrong?
Are you after spelling the surname?
Bridge, BRDG, or Bridge?
No, Briggs, BRIGS.
Yeah, that number is 2. Nicholas Briggs was in 4321 with Eve. Was in The Woodsman with Kevin Bacon. Yeah. This dude.
What?
So
By
the
the way-
Daleks then have.
By the way, the reason I brought up Florence Lawrence is because Florence Lawrence is the very, very first actor to ever be credited by name in a motion picture.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's some trivia.
There you go. technically, Florence is the first movie star.
And what was his bacon number?
2. Was it 2 or 3 or something? It's weird because
Ain't that
they'll
a
be
bitch?
in a movie with somebody that's super young, and then they'll grow up and be in a movie with someone that's super young, and then they'll grow up and be in a movie with Kevin Bacon. So there you have it. Because it literally goes back to like 1900 or 1890s, whatever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I look at that. So, did anyone see the new Wonder Woman? Just throw it out there.
Yes.
Like, don't like?
Not yet.
I liked it.
I have not seen it yet.
You haven't seen it.
I accidentally listened to somebody say they hated it, and I'm afraid it's going to ruin it for me, just because I hate
it's
that
good.
when I accidentally see that.
Accidentally listen to
Claire,
somebody say
it's not as good as the first one, but it's good. It's worth a watch. And I'll give him this much credit for sure. I don't know if you guys have seen the cinematic version of Cats, but the makeup that they did for Cheetah in the new Wonder Woman movie was far superior. Let's put it that way.
I'm enjoying Pascal
talking about
work
Kristen
in
Wiig?
Mandalorian, so I
Her
hope he does
character?
good.
What? Talking about who?
Pascal.
Kristen
Wiig, the one who
Yes,
played
Kristen Wiig.
the enemy
Played
of
Cheetah.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, she is so fantastic. She can do just about any character.
No, that's Kristen
She's
Slater.
quite the actress.
Was in Broken Arrow. Yeah.
No, Kristen Wiig.
So Tons of Mice wants
Christian
to know
Slater is a
the Kevin Bacon thing for Janet Jameson.
Fair enough.
I'll bet you it's going to include the movie. I'll guarantee you it's going to include the pseudo documentary with what's his name, the radio DJ, Howard Stern, because she was in the Howard Stern movie.
Private Parts.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Janet Jameson was in Private Parts with Kelly Bishop, was in Queen's Logic with Kevin Bacon.
There you go.
No one is safe from the bacon plague upon us.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, we've gone past the hour, so that I said I was going to give this up, and it's 8:30, and I got to run. So
Bacon will do that.
Yeah. So I will do up a big thank you tweet sometime really soon here. So just so I don't forget, I'm going to write everyone's fucking name down. I had to get into doing that because once in a while I would forget someone, and then they would yell at me. So
I've been forgotten several times, but I didn't make a big scene about it. I just
You
cried
have
to myself
not.
like an adult.
I never forget. Fuck you.
You did though.
When?
Where's my sticker, Neil?
I would go to the notification to tell you exactly when it was, but I wasn't.
I need
tagged.
an address.
Makes me
See, he was just testing you. You said you didn't make a big deal about it, and he was trying to see if you had written it down, like keep track.
All right. Fuck all you guys.
You're going home.
Ski guys, I'm going to. Mom, can he spin a dildo?
I know a certain kitty is sleeping with mommy tonight.
There you go. The link for the Bacon Chronicles, the Oracle of Bacon.org is in the chat. So if you guys want to go enjoy yourselves, feel
Yeah,
free.
go have fun with that.
Yeah.
But let's first of all, thanks to my guest again tonight, who is no longer with us. It was a lot of fun chatting with him earlier. So if you missed the original interview, there is a link to it down below, and plus the links where you can find his the Tempest website and his Twitter as well. So, Mikey, for tonight, what are the scores? I guess.
All right.
Oh, come on! Tons of Mice must have had more than 2.
I gave up because it wasn't a competition anymore.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, Tons of Mice won by like 35 points. Thomas got 6. Harmonica Man got 8. I got 2. Neil yet to score. Russ has negative 50. Swede with 11. IQ with 12.
Great going, guys.
This is fucking fixed.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what you want me to do about that.
I don't know. Unfix it?
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a conspiracy. We're going to call QAnon.
It's an IQAnon.
But that's the thing, though. But as the scorekeeper, I never get any points because I have to just read constantly, and I can't react the way I would naturally.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to get points. You're the scorekeeper. Dude,
fuck
in
that,
a
I'm gonna make
baseball
somebody
game,
else
do they give the little guy that changes the letters out on the field? Do they give him points? No.
You should have some sort of stats.
I got your stats written on.
No, they do. When he screws up, they fire him.
I get an unofficial 2 points for that one. All right, so always good having you. Ethan, I wish you would have jumped in here earlier, man. It would have been a lot of fun having you in here earlier. And thanks for having me on just recently.
You keep calling him Ethan.
Oh, Justin. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling
I was like, who's he? I'm looking in the chat like.
Is Wyatt an atheist here?
I don't know.
I'm looking for Ethan.
Why I did that? It's just for some reason it got stuck there. Justin.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. We stream on the same nights at the same time, so I always miss the show and have to go watch it later.
Oh, it happens. I
the only one.
appreciate that you actually do come down and watch it after the fact too. That I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Mikey.
Uh-oh.
No, he's kiboshing LBS or something. There you go. So Tons of Mice would also like to thank you, Justin.
Oh, that's funny.
It happens. I'm
going
old.
back to Kylo.
It gets scrambled. Let's go back to Kylo Lane Craig. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's actually a Discord. It's my Discord that I have, my Discord avatar. I've been kicked out and actually eternally banned from Darth Dawkins' Discord because I've schooled him so many times that I created this Kylo Lane Craig as I'm saying that I'm his daddy, and then I gave him everything that he knows, and he turned to the dark side by by coming up with a horrible scripted argument.
That's fucking funny.
Boy, I got to see that.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, if you haven't known, or if I haven't told you already, both Randolph down there and myself are starting up our own show coming up real soon called True North Talk. Sometime in this new year. It is already the new year, so I can't use that excuse anymore. But we'll get around to it. We're building the studio. It'll happen eventually, guys. It will happen. Also, every Wednesday, well, I don't know about every Wednesday, but they tape 2 episodes back-to-back of The Nonprofits. And I'm now one of the hosts of The Nonprofits, along with many of other people that you probably know. And just go over to the channel, check it out, and you'll see lots of the episodes that I've already done and some that are coming up. Also, new schedules are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, as opposed to the old Mondays, Wednesdays, because I required the Wednesdays for the Nonprofits filming. And of course, once every 2 months, Randolph and I and Dave, of course, now, and hopefully more soon, go and donate blood on a Wednesday. So that's the only one I won't be in. Also, Andy, Seamus, and myself, once a month, usually the last Saturday of every month, we get together at 2 p.m. Pacific time to have a lot of fun with, stories of the day, political bullshit, and it's called Atheist Drinking Out Loud. All right, and thank you to all my amazing patrons. It's because of you guys that this show just gets more and more better. Is that a thing? Betterer? It gets more betterer. It keeps improving because of people like you guys and all the super chats. I appreciate them all, guys. So just so you know. All right. So as I always say at the end of the chats,
grab them by the biscuits.
That's not what I say. What the hell is wrong with
that? That is so left field. Way out of
grab them by the biscuit. No. So what I always say is like the late great Carl Sagan once said. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Oh, look, we have a ticker of it too. Look at that. All right, guys, we'll see you guys next time.